In 1975, Jim Sharman would bring to the horror genre something out of this world. His take on Frankenstein had a dose of sex, rock and roll, and Dr. Frank-n-Furter. This is the 50th anniversary review of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon. I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
It's truly frightening.
This is
Because you're home.
Oh man, I got this. They love me too. Yeah.
Hey, come up to the left.
What's up, everyone, and happy Thursday. Welcome to the celebration of a Rocky Horror Picture Show. But first, let's go ahead and go around. And I just want to say first to the women, you guys, honestly, I don't know how you do it. It took forever to do this makeup. Thank God I'm a man. So props to women. I don't know how y'all do it.
Yes.
So with that,
because I don't wear makeup.
I was gonna say I'll go to the one lady in the group here. Lexi, how you doing tonight?
I am doing good. I am so glad to be here and talk about this one because it is a first watch for me. Happy 50th to this film. And when you told me that you should play Magenta, I studied her the whole time. I thought she was beautiful. We'll get into all that, but this is awesome. I'm glad I got to do this.
Yay. And joining us tonight, Robbie, welcome back.
Hello, humans. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Ready to do this
Good.
one.
Glad you're here tonight, Robbie.
I'm very happy to be here for discussing this movie at the top of spooky season. It's a formative film for me, and I'm honored to jump in on this one.
All right, I'm glad. I would listen. As soon as I was like, if I knew there's one person I needed to have on here is the person with the musical background. I mean, come on. And of course, I don't have a glass, but cheers to my dear brother, Ricky. I'm glad you did this one too.
Man, I almost didn't, brother. I was like, I ain't dressing up, man. It ain't Halloween yet. Plus, I'm not bald. At least not that bald. So yeah, man. Hey, man, I tried my best, but I am here for you, my brother. And it is a first-time watch for me. I never watched this movie before. It ain't my bag. I don't like musicals. You know that. But let's talk about it.
All right. So yes, with that, back in 1975, a Rocky Horror Picture Show was released. It actually started out as a Broadway play, and in 1973, Tim Curry played the role over in London and then came to Los Angeles, and then in 1975, we got the movie adaptation. I was 2 years old, so thankfully we're doing oh no, shit, I was born before it. Damn it. I am. All right, that I just lost that one there. But yes, this was it's horror. I mean, and a little fun fact for y'all, this is Tim Curry's first theatrical role. He had done obviously Broadway and TV, but this was his first role in a movie. And I mean, I told Ricky for this, I'm like, you have to watch it, bro. I mean, if you love Legend, if you love Pennywise, you got to see where he started from, So with that, me and Robbie, we've seen this, I'm pretty sure, a bunch of times. So I'm going to talk to the first timers first. Ladies first.
Again, I enjoyed this film. This was a first watch, and I am big on musicals. When I was younger, I'm not as cool as Robbie Horror. He's very great at what he does. But I do like musicals, and I'll be honest, I wasn't looking forward to this. Like Rick, I was like, man, I don't want to do this. But then I watched it, and I got so intrigued by the characters. Joe's character, however you say his name,
Frank-n-Furter.
Frank-n-Furter. Yeah.
It's like Frankenstein.
By
and
far
Frankfurter.
Right. It is by far my favorite character of the entire film. He did fantastic. Kudos to Tim Curry. I am so bad with names and shit. So all the other ones, they did great too. But Tim Curry is the star of the whole film. And the whole thing is just raunchy sex vibes. I fucking love it. I mean, who doesn't like sex? So Sorry, Mom. I know you're watching.
Mama Rose.
How do you think you got that granddaughter? Anyways, yeah. No, I loved the vibes of the whole film. I can't think of my favorite song. It was the whole song with Janet and Frank-n-Furter. Where there was it? No, it was
No, with
Rocky. It was her and Rocky with "Touch Me, Touch It, Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me." Oh my god, I loved it. That was my favorite song. God, there's just nothing really bad about it. I honestly will probably watch it never again, but that's okay. It's just not my vibe. Just same with Rick. It's not my vibe, but I did enjoy it for what it was. And 50 years later, it still holds today. I mean, it's got to be a classic. You have to at least watch one. So maybe, okay, I'll watch it once a year or around Halloween. But totally, definitely more my daughter's vibe, where she's definitely, you know, in the LGBTQ community as well as I am. And she is a very theatrical, just like Robbie. Like, she's acting, singing, playing violin. She's all that musical shit, which I used to be. And then I got in the medical field, and yeah. But yeah, great film. I enjoyed it.
All right. Ricky, you want me to read the comments?
Yeah,
or?
read them. I'm flying blind.
You're good.
Magenta blind. Magenta blind.
All right. So first up, we got Mama Rose saying, "Y'all look fabulous. Thank you, thank you." Selena V, "I love these costumes. Thank you, guys. Again, you know, it's not often I make you guys dress up.
I do it for you, Joe.
I know. I listen. I trust me. As I was watching the movie, I'm like,
You know-
I know they're both like. I'm like, but you know what? This is what's supposed to be a fun one. I mean, it's the movie is all
me
about
and Rick's
fun.
character, I felt like was the funnest. Like brother and sister out of like
a little weird.
It
shit
was-
going
Little
on with
incest
them
there.
too. Yeah.
little incest there, but I thought they were the coolest characters of the whole thing. Riff Raff and Magenta.
What about you, Rick? What were you? Oh shit! I'm sorry. I got.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, good.
All right. Sorry, my bad. All right. Selena B, y'all look awesome.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Selena B again. Welcome, Robbie. Selena, Joe, now you know what the ladies go through. Seriously, this was really, really hard. And when I did that promo, I did the first one. I was like looking, and I'm like, I kept trying to do the red, and I kept smearing the black. It was just a disaster trying to get it done. Thank you for making me redo it again, though, because it did come up better than next. And you know how that was an accident. I leaned forward, all of a sudden it was right there, and I'm like, Adam. I'm like calling him for everything, and he's like, what? I'm like, I can't move. Like, this is where I gotta shoot it. It's right here. And I stood still, but you know, this is hard. I'm glad that I just washed my
But you
face
did
the night
good.
before.
It looks good.
The wig's a little. I'm gonna wait to see if anybody. There's somebody I feel like I look like a lot more than Frank-n-Furter. We got Selena again saying, "Joe, do the same thing for Halloween." I'm gonna work that night, unfortunately, but you know, I don't think my patients are. Oh, hey, this is kind of like a hospital gown. Nah, I might scare them. We got Mama Rose. I'm not gonna sing the verse.
I got that song stuck in my head.
Hands on the hip, knees bent in, or whatever the heck it is, in the pelvic thrust.
Let me ask you, Joe. You know all these lyrics by heart? How about you? Robbie must.
I
He
don't.
must
That was
know
the
all
only
these
thing.
lyrics.
I know. So I'm more of the, as I'm watching it, you remember the lyrics, kind of like when you remember an old song. But if you want me to go ahead and belt out, no, I don't know it that well. All right, so we got Linzar. Happy to say hi. Y'all look so good. Thank you. I like seriously feel like there's like wax all over my face. But anyway, Rose.
That's because you had lipstick all
I
over
said
your
sorry,
teeth, bro.
Mom.
I'm so actually I'm so
We'll get
fucked
into
if
that.
I
We'll
get
get
anything
into
in my eye right now because I
Yeah.
can't rub, I can't put eye drops. Yeah, I'm so screwed right
Same,
now.
same.
Don't touch your
Mama
face.
Rose, my virgin ears. What? I mean,
Well,
did
yeah,
give you-
Lexi came
she
from
did
somewhere.
give you a
so.
grandchild, so I mean,
Oh, DeRay.
DeRay. I didn't like the movie when I was a kid because I wasn't into the 50s soundtrack. Now that I'm older, I understand that it's about living your best life.
I think
Yes,
DeRay had
I
a
agree with that.
he left the comment, the first comment too.
Yeah,
Is it
where'd it
not there?
go?
It's not there.
N-
Maybe
no, it-
because you know why it wasn't live. But DeRay, thanks for that first comment. We definitely read it and we appreciate.
Yeah,
the
yeah, we
feedback,
did.
brother.
I know. I was gonna
Thanks,
reply.
man,
Like I'm
for
sitting there,
showing
like,
up.
oh man. Yes, thank you for
Yeah, it's all
showing up.
good.
Alright, so DeRay, even if that means wearing a woman's underpants and killing Meatloaf with a pickaxe.
That made me sad. I liked Meatloaf, his song and everything.
You got
when he
one
came out
song
with
in, then it's out.
I know, and he was
But that was
so
the good
young.
one. Hot Patootie.
He was
and
probably the
something
best
else.
singer out of the bunch too, right?
Dude, what?
Tim,
Well, yeah,
what do you
it's
mean?
me.
Tim Curry can sing.
Yeah, well, come on, but this Meatloaf, he made a
Well, I mean, he
career.
He had
I
like
don't
the
know.
yeah,
rock vocals.
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
he had,
did.
come on, man.
All right, DeRay, Joe, you're so cute. Well, thank you.
Oh,
I can't show that I'm blushing because I actually learned how to like streak that shit on. That was not easy either. I won't keep going on about the makeup, I promise. We got Adam. So damn it. So as a spouse, it's been a lot, but you look great, honey. I haven't seen this in years and appreciate it more as I get older. The camp is stupidly, ridiculously awesome. Tim Curry killed it. I can't believe I said that line like that. Adam, imagine having to act all that. Yeah, no, I couldn't. And he walked it on those heels pretty good. I did like when Barry showed that he couldn't walk on the heels in it. So I thought that was a good little, thing to throw in there. We got Adam M. The life of the lonely stage wife. It's not lonely. You're seeing me right now. Literally, you're in the next room.
Joe, you
Don't
could have
worry.
like your mom if I'm being honest.
Shut
here.
up. Don't
Oh,
tell me
shit.
that.
Oh shit. I can't unsee
I look.
it,
I
bro.
look. Listen. I look just like her. That's why
I know
we
you
don't-
do.
That's
That's
why
what's
we have that
funny.
relationship. She's gonna pop in now that you
Oh
said
no!
that.
All right.
Oh, she's
like,
gonna pop
like
in.
Joe Hendry over. We're gonna say her name as she appears. All right.
All right. So the other first time, Ricky,
Oh,
I am
hold on.
curious because I got the only text I got from him was that movie was crazy, and I'm like, "Ooh, crazy in a good way, in
Well,
a bad way.
crazy and yeah. As far as like the narrative structure of it, the whole this concept of it all, and then by the end of the movie, it became sci-fi. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? I was a little confused, but overall though, I had fun with it. I think the music was really catchy. The songs were, like I said, they stay stuck in your head, man. You just can't. And the opening song is probably my favorite one. Is the opening theme song. Actually, the actor who played Riff Raff actually sang that song. And it wasn't the actual. I think I don't know the character names. Forgive me. I know Riff Raff, but the character not Magenta, the other one.
Oh shit.
She
Columbia?
was the groupie.
Columbia.
She was the groupie. Columbia. Yes, I know.
Columbia.
Their code.
No, she wasn't the groupie. She was the first one
But-
made.
But I know. But when you read in the credits, when it says Tim
Oh.
Curry as a scientist, a rival scientist, that's how I know the characters by their names. I enjoyed all that. I the fact that the actors threw themselves at this role. I mean, yeah, Susan Sarandon. When I saw she was in it, I'm like, holy shit!
Oh my god, I loved her.
I love her. I mean, even before I knew she was here, I'm a big fan of hers, and she looked great in this movie. And I like that the actors, they took it seriously in the sense that it's a silly ass script, but you could tell they had fun doing it, right?
Yeah.
And everything was so over the top. Like, it's funny because Dr. Frank-n-Furter got a magnet somehow in this castle of his, and when he dragged the rival scientist, when he dragged them up,
You picked it. You saw it, did you?
It's funny because I read that there was supposed to be a door that he went through, but I guess the budget, they didn't build a door in that room, so they said, fuck it, have him just smash through it. On paper, it sounds ridiculous, but the movie makes it work because it's so slapstick that I laughed my ass off when he busted through that wall and nobody even like it was like nothing. Like, here he is. What the fuck? Stuff like that was good, and everybody was great. But Patricia Quinn was awesome as Magenta. I know her, and Tim Curry, obviously, I can't, I'll leave that up to you, but he's a master. I mean, now that I never seen this movie, obviously, but I've seen this character so much that I knew going in what I was expecting as far as the performance out of Tim Curry. Just the way he treated the accent of the character, and he played it in such a subtle way where anyone else could have definitely went too like over the top with it, but for some reason he felt natural, he felt real. It's all in the subtleness of his performance. Like when he was showing off Rocky to Susan Sarandon's character. I don't know her name. What's her
Janet.
name?
Damn it, Janet.
Janet.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, the song. All right. When he showed her, you know, she's like, I'm not really, into muscles. And he's like, he looks at her and he's like, he belts out something along the lines of, oh, he's not made for you, damn it, something like that. But just the way he said it, I was like, oh, this guy's great. He's fun. The choreography of the dancing, I'm assuming it was made to be clunky because these are not all professional dancers, but it works so well within the movie, especially when you got the narrator who's playing the whole entire movie straight, right? And then every once in a while he'll interject them in some of the songs. And I don't know why, but that always made me laugh because I love when there's like comedy, there's somebody that's playing it far out, but then he's playing off somebody that's straight. As far as not in sexuality, but like there's the straight one, then there's like the comedy one, and like they go together very well. And that was his role in this movie. That worked really well for the movie. So overall, I really did enjoy it. I mean, of course, I don't like musicals, man, because I like when they tell a story, but I can't stand when it breaks and it goes into song. And that goes for any movie. There's exceptions. This is an exception. This was great. Little Shop of Horrors, obviously. Yeah. But this one, the only thing about it is it's just. When it breaks into the song, I'm like, oh man, I was getting into it. Come on, but then the song is so catchy, you forget about it. Then you catch yourself humming along to it. So it's like, okay, I understand. But I understand why this movie this is the definition of a cult classic, right?
Yes, sir.
This has cult classic written all over it. It's 50 years, man. Like you got to understand when this came out, like there was nothing like this. It was bold. It was adventurous. It went places where other movies just weren't going, but they did it in a way that was fun, and I think that's what encapsulates this movie for me is the word fun. It's a good time. I enjoy. I'm glad I saw it. It's history, So when you said, "Hey man, you don't have to do this one," but I mean, you know what, man, I thought about it, but I was like, yeah, you know what, it gives me a chance to watch it, and I'm glad, man. It was fun. It was a good movie.
Well, I sat there and told her, I'm like, dude, you gotta. It's the trifecta of Tim Curry. You have to like. You can't be a Tim Curry fan if you don't have all three of his biggest ones.
You do have to explain this ending for me though, because I'm still like I didn't want to read into it myself. We're gonna talk about it. I'll let these guys explain it to me themselves. Because
I agree.
All of a sudden, like Riff Raff and Magenta, they're coming.
Can you imagine doing Magenta's hair? Like
she looked awesome, by the way.
As the bride.
Yeah. She looked awesome. She looked awesome.
She was hot.
It was hard to get this.
She was one of the witches in Lords of Salem, if you didn't know that. Rob Zombie film. Yeah.
Nice.
With the other girl with the beautiful eyes. I always forget her fucking name, Joe. You know this.
Oh, Meg Foster.
Meg Foster, yes.
Oh, even Robbie knew. As soon as you said the beautiful eyes.
Yeah. I always forget that name.
When you think of horror, Meg Foster, when you say beautiful eyes, that's like everybody knows that one. Yeah. Robbie Fragordia, I'm just going to head up the chats really quick here. I hate you, Rick, because you just started something that I'm going to kick your ass on, but it's all right. All right.
Is she here? Is she here?
No, but then Adam goes, kind of like your mom, and then a whole bunch of laughing. So then we got Selena, who is also laughing at it.
Bro, I'm sorry. It's
okay. I'm fine. I know what
I know. And someone told me I look like my mom. I'm gonna be like, oh, cool. That's my mom.
Hey, listen, mom.
I look like my dad.
Then we got the villain. Yes, mom is hosting tonight.
Damn.
Thanks a lot.
At first I thought him and like what bingo, but I get it. I understand.
Frida on the mic.
Joe knows it's true though. That's why I just blushing. Look,
I know. Listen, it's funny you can tell I'm blushing. That's good.
What up, JR?
What's up, JR? Thank you for joining. All right.
Yeah.
We got Adam. I didn't remember that Susan Sarandon can sing.
I would have considered a lot of those singing, like the doctor, the rival doctor,
and the guy in the wheelchair. Something else.
He didn't even bother trying. He was just talking, but it worked because the music was.
She has a nice little voice.
Yeah.
It's very high pitchy.
Yeah.
She did well.
Right.
She did well.
She did very well. Yeah.
I think she auditioned with "Happy Birthday," which is probably the extent of what she can do. But she did a nice job in this one.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another film she was singing in.
I don't know. Hold on.
This Driftwood. Hi. Yeah, man. Actually, I couldn't go bald, man. I
thought of Savant. Is that his name?
Savant. Good show.
We got Rose. Try going to midnight shows in theaters. I'm gonna save when I talk because I did that. So, with that, because I know he's gonna have especially a lot of knowledge that my hands are sweating with these things on. Robbie, our Broadway person here.
Oh God, where do I even begin with this one? Oh man, so I first discovered Rocky Horror when I was 10. Not an ideal age for it, but I saw the VHS at my cousin's house, and the front cover and the back with the manor on it scared me, and I was like, it took me another few years to actually be brave enough to put it in the VCR and actually watch it. And of course, I had absolutely no context for what kind of film it actually was. There was nothing on the sleeve that indicated what I ended up getting. So there I was, 12 or 13 years old, Robbie, and I was inundated with initially Lips, and then kind of old school Americana, like 1950s, and then it transforms into like sex, drugs, rock and roll. And I was like, it was mind blowing. And I walked away from that film not sure what I had seen, but I knew even at that age, I knew something awoke in me, and it took me at least another decade before I ended up coming out. But something in that film stuck with me. And then in the early 2000s, there was a Broadway production of it that lasted until just after September 11th, where it, along with another bunch of Broadway shows, ended up closing. And that production, I saw it 12 times, literally. It had, let me see, Luke Perry was Brad, Dick Cavett was the narrator, Joan Jett was Magenta, Columbia, sorry. So it was like an all-star cast of like just random names that are on the same Broadway stage together. It was wonderful. I saw it many, many times. Ended up playing Frank-n-Furter in 2013 in the stage version, which is very, very similar to the film, but it has, I think, superheroes is what closes out the stage musical. I don't know if it closes out the film. I think certain editions that it does, but otherwise it's almost verbatim what's on screen. And that was probably the most fun I've ever had in my almost 30 years on doing stage work and stuff like that. So I have a lot of love and affection for this film, and just for the material. But the film is so well done, and I understand not being a fan of musicals. I personally love it when it works. When it doesn't work, it can go so wrong. But when you have a creative team like Richard O'Brien, for instance, who knows how to take it from dialogue to song to dance and then back again and just keep it fluid, keep the story moving, keep things engaging. For me, that's as close to heaven as I'll probably ever see, is something like that. West Side Story, Sweeney Todd, the best. But what is so interesting about this film is that it uses, and it took me a long time to really articulate what I'm seeing, is that it takes these 1950s B horror and sci-fi tropes and the societal norms of that time as a Trojan horse for telling a story about sexual liberation, gender and sexuality as a spectrum, giving a middle finger to societal norms, and as someone said earlier, just living your best self, living your truth, whatever that means, as long as you're not hurting anyone, which is where Frank-n-Furter goes wrong. And that's why he's ultimately the villain of the piece, is because he doesn't know how to be himself without hurting people. And I think Columbia even calls him out later on in the film for that. But I think it's weirdly a beautiful piece if you look at it as kind of I don't know, by the end, in spite of the plot being so absurd, there is an emotional undercurrent in the way that the characters of Brad and Janet change, and what they finally see in themselves through this experience. By the end, it's weirdly moving through that particular lens. Not to get deep, I think it's still interesting that it's 50. I didn't realize, I thought it was 40 years, but I didn't do the math right. 50 years, and we're still talking about, for example, transgender as something that is unnatural, and it's been around as long as we have. By we, I mean the human race. So I think we still have a ways to go, but I love this film for being an entertaining way to kind of show people that those particular themes. And I think that the way that the film is shot is incredible. It takes a really skilled editor, choreographer, director to make a musical work on screen, so that it doesn't feel like stagey, and that it doesn't feel like you're just pointing a camera on a Broadway set. It feels immersive. It feels really energetic. It flows really well. There's no dead air in the film. I just think and of course Tim Curry in the role of a lifetime. I think there was an Entertainment Weekly article several years ago about like the 50 greatest performances not nominated for an Academy Award, and he was up there. And I think that's like it never would have happened, but it is an iconic role, and he delivers it masterfully because, as you said, Rick, it's easy to take it over the top, but the Brits have a way of with authority and the way that they speak their dialogue that they don't need to go over the top. They're very intuitive like that, and that's why usually it's a Brit who plays Frank-n-Furter, at least, if not all the other characters. And then of course Susan Sarandon, Barry Bostwick, Richard O'Brien, the whole cast is just perfection because they're all on the same page in what tone they're trying to capture. It's funny, but they're taking it super seriously, which makes it even funnier. Meatloaf. And so I can go on, and I'm sure we'll get to more layers of it, but I adore this film. I love this material, and I'm grateful that it exists. And I hope that for the next 50, 100 years, it's still showing queer people, especially, what's possible if you just take society and just go, fuck you, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to be myself.
Oh, Joe, you're muted.
Oh.
He lost his sound. All right, well, he fixes that. Hey, Robbie, I was gonna ask you. You mentioned that
Unplug, replug.
You mentioned about
right,
some
am I back?
Yeah, hold on, Joe. You mentioned some other musicals that didn't work for you. Can you give me one example? That one that you didn't like?
One that didn't work on screen?
Yeah, like a musical, yeah.
Oh man, let's see.
Yeah, would you consider Grease? That's a musical, right, Joe? Grease?
Grease turned to a Broadway play. That's the difference.
But was it a musical, the film?
Yeah.
The film was a musical.
Oh, because I loved Grease. That's a classic.
But then that became a Broadway play.
Yeah, of course.
This was this difference turning a Broadway play and then successfully turning it into a movie.
Gotcha.
Fun fact, I did Little Shop of Horrors in high school.
Oh,
like I've not done musicals.
Yeah, that's a killer man-eating plant.
I enjoyed hearing Robbie's point of view because I did do musicals and I did enjoy that life of me. I still enjoy it because I see it through my daughter who's going through all what I went through as a high schooler, being in plays and singing and doing instruments. She's freaking a jack of all trades. She's very talented for her age of 16, and I see a lot of the old me in her, and so I do enjoy the musical life through her. It's just not who I am anymore. I guess I just didn't grow up with Robbie's passion, which I enjoy. Robbie, you're fucking incredible. I've seen your stuff. Well, no, I do. I like Rent and Grease and Hairspray, and I love all of.
I like the Disney animated films. Those are all musicals.
Yeah.
Live action, I just could never get into them, man.
I didn't even mention the score. The score is it's so ubiquitous with the material. I forgot to mention it. I think obviously every song is written in like the 50s and 60s rock and roll style, which again makes it accessible. Despite how crazy it is, you hear that when the music starts, you can't help but kind of dancing. You can't help but dance to it. As far as me, I feel like I've talked to a lot more people recently who are openly they like some musicals, but they're averse to the idea of people breaking out into song, which I understand. But for me, it's one of my favorite forms of storytelling. Again, when it's done right. I can't, off the top of my head, think of any examples of when it's not done well. But all I know is that when it's done right, there's something that clicks about it, and that the song tends to move the plot forward and divulge more about the character or characters, however many people are singing it. And ideally, there's no stalling. There's no sense of like, all right, we're stopping. Okay, we're stopping. There's always a sense of you're learning more about the plot or the character or something like that.
And if you did watch the movie with closed captionings and you would have saw the lyrics to all the songs, then you wouldn't all the songs had deep meaning. Like they weren't just some frou-frou song being thrown in there.
It's telling the story.
It's telling a story.
It has to.
So for me, when I saw this, first of all, I hadn't been out yet. And it was actually some friends who were like, you ever heard of the Rocky Horror Picture Show? And I'm like, no. And there was, because Robbie, you live up, actually, you guys, there was a theater in Connecticut that used to play the midnight show, including with the full So my friends had told me about it. They were like, no, I never saw it. And they took me. I experienced the Rocky Horror Picture Show where you're sitting there with the newspaper over your head and they sprinkle on you. It's the most, like I said, there's a lot of things I've experienced in my life. Seeing this movie for the first time, where it was immersion, was like I walked out of there, and literally shortly after there it came out. So it was kind of weird that I was sitting in a movie theater with 6 straight friends who took me to go see this movie, you know, and I don't see it as often. It is a musical. Musicals for me, I got to be in a mood for a musical, you know, like if there's, you know, some days I'm doing stuff, all of a sudden I'll tell Adam, my husband, I'll tell Adam, hey, let's just go ahead let's do musicals today, and I'll put some stuff, you know, stuff on Chicago, Dreamgirls, as you know, cleaning and doing stuff. You know, this is not one that is on my repeat, but it's, I mean, I have seen it. It's been 50 years. Again, I think I was 21 when I saw this. And I wish that theaters would once again do the whole immersion experience. I think that the generations like mine and the ones before it would appreciate the movie if you experience it on the immersions. I mean, like, they hand you things to make noises for the clapping. It's just this whole crazy, and yes, it was a midnight show, so it's like you're sitting there, you have a couple drinks, you show up to watch this movie, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a transvestite from, wait, what is it? It's the universe is Transylvania. Literally, I just watched it a bit ago.
It's alien transvestite.
But
planet
I forgot.
Transylvania.
Well, no, the universe is Transylvania. I thought.
I don't know. But
Anyways,
that was, yeah.
But it was different. I had at this point already seen Tim Curry in Legends, which was really weird because, you know, darkness isn't a corset, and no, I was not going to do that, as I said. But it was, I've seen it through the years. Nothing has ever replicated the first experience of watching it at the midnight show. But still, you know, when we were, because I said, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just wait before we go on to watch it. Just the same thing. You want to have those songs catchy in your head. And as we're sitting there, you know, I found myself belting out like verses here and there. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe my brain held on to that. But Tim Curry is just, because when you see the roles that he's played, I mean, he terrified me as Pennywise.
Yes.
But then you're seeing him doing this role. And as Lexi said, because I think part of it is since he originated the role on the London, I guess, what do they call it? Is it London Broadway?
The West End.
The West End.
Yeah.
Since he originated the role, he came in, you know, this is my role. Like, they didn't even go to anybody else. They went to him. You know, and funny enough, Susan Sarandon before this had done a couple other movies where she appeared naked. When they asked her about singing the Touchy, Touchy, Touch Me song, being naked, she said no. You know, and I'm like in my head going, well, I already saw other movies with you naked. I'm like, you know what? Kudos for you. Because what I felt was if she would have been naked, yes, part of it was her own sexual awakening, you know, but she still kept the character's sexual awakening was still refrained with, you know, having to keep herself dressed. And, you know, as far as horror wise, I mean, it's Frankenstein. We're talking about the story of Frankenstein creating monsters. You know, poor Meatloaf, Eddie.
Was he in Carbonite? Well, where the fuck did he come from, bro? It was like a freezer.
Who, Eddie?
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute.
I thought, wasn't he one of
Meatloaf? What the
because there was a lot of motorcyclists that they kept passing and then kept showing up. So I think he was trying to. Like, part of it is that
he got discarded because he got bored of him. That's how I took it. And Frank Rock. He kept him frozen or something. Like, that's what I'm asking.
I think what my understanding, and again, like, there are parts of this movie that just don't make logical sense.
No, thank you for saying that.
No, and I think that's totally on purpose. It's meant to be just like
absolutely
like throwing random plot threads out. I think that he obviously began as human. He was not an experiment like Rocky was. Half of his brain was given to Rocky, and then rather than disposing of the body, they put him in the freezer, hoping that he was done. But now he escapes for hot patootie, and then Frank's like,
But-
"We're going to end this right now."
He was one of his creations, though.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. No.
Yes, he took. Well, he took. Yes, because he ended up. The reason that
No, but how
that-
I thought that too until the guy in the wheelchair was saying that was his nephew.
it was
Yeah,
his
he-
nephew, right?
yeah.
And at that time, damn, I keep Robbie. You said her name, and Columbia.
Columbia.
Columbia, yeah.
Columbia was in love with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
They came as a couple, and he separated them two, took Eddie for himself, made Columbia who she is
see,
now.
there
the
you go.
groupie.
So again, 50 years. I thought for me,
Nah,
I thought I thought
got
that
you, Joe, I
that the
got
meatloaf that the Rocky character was because he had the stitches the same way Frankenstein would. He was the one that he created and was like,
No.
well, this one didn't come out too well. I actually wanted something with some more muscles.
That's like the fucking meatloaf got played. Yeah.
You
It
know,
was also
and it-
Brad's like sexual awakening too. Like the whole
Mm-hmm.
scene with Janet, and he used the same exact lines, Frank-n-Furter.
and-
Let me
with
tell you something, hold on.
Brad.
Well, well, as you
I
say that,
loved
just to include it, that was DeRay's comment was
Hold on.
Brad got fucked in the ass and liked it. Good for Brad. I think he meant Brad, but but yes, no,
That shit
and
was
that's what
hilarious,
the whole movie
right?
is about, though. It's sexual awakening.
They
Period.
played the same scene
Yeah.
twice for both characters. He took the wig
I
off. Wait a
love
minute.
it.
What's that, you? It's like,
And then shortly after, all of a sudden, I get a text from Lexi going,
Jesus Christ.
"Brad and Janet are sluts."
I
And then
know.
as I'm watching the movie,
They're
all of a
both,
said
they're
sudden,
slutty
both
sluts.
trash. So they're both
Well,
trash.
and as we're watching the movie, I hear Adam, because the way that our living room is set up is close to the kitchen. All of a sudden, I hear Adam going, "Janet's a whore," and I'm like, "Fuck!" Lexi just texted me that Janet's a slut. Are you guys talking to each other right now? But no, I mean, it's there's
Don't
a
tell
reason.
Brad. Don't tell Janet.
Yeah, and they both were like, they call each other's names, and then he kind of twisted around on them. I mean,
Oh,
you can tell they all had fun doing this movie. They're like,
Yeah, for sure.
I have not read anything, and if I do find anything negative, I'm probably not going to read it. But it just sounds like it was a fun production for them all to do. Because I closed the guy who played Riff Raff, O'Brien, right?
Yeah, yeah, Richard. Yeah.
Dude, he was one of my favorite movies, and it has Drew Barrymore, is Ever After, and he plays the Duke that she got sold to. I'm like, I just found that out, so I was mind blown on that. I'm like, dude, I hated that guy, but yeah, I mean, it's an absurd movie, but it's an absurd movie that is fun. It's even for the people who are not huge musical fans, as Robbie said, the way it transitions, it's if you're paying attention, and probably when you first see the movie, if you don't have closed captionings, you don't realize that the conversations and the lyrics all tie in together. So when you saw it in the movie theater without all that, you probably got a different experience. But even today when I was watching it, I'm like, that's what they said, and it gives, once you hear the lyrics and read them, it gives the song so much more meaning, and you're not listening to just something that was thrown in there for like the fun of it. It was put in there for purpose. And all of a sudden you realize you're now saying that the Rocky Horror Picture Show is a deep movie, and that's why it's lasted 50 years on that. I know
You
you
go,
got
Joe.
to fight.
No, yeah.
All right. The only musicals I ever really liked was this movie, Little Shop of Horrors, and The Book of Mormon. I apologize for the punctuation. Sorry. I think that was
We
for the
got
last
you,
one.
man. Yeah, we understand. We understand.
I mean, everybody suddenly see more. Everybody loves that one. We got
Yeah.
C. Berry saying truth. Thank you for
My
joining
Halloween
us.
wreath on my front door is the plants from Little Shop of Horror.
Oh, that's
Nah,
awesome.
man. That's a class. No, that's a classic right there. I love musicals. One of my all-time favorites is that's not a musical.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I'm not gonna have that discussion with you right now. That's not a musical. None of them sang. They just had really good music to like
It's
really.
it's a movie with music for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. All
Hey,
right,
listen,
so
Selena, to make it easy for you to understand, think Disney films. Those are all musicals, essentially. The animated ones. I'm not talking about the live action ones.
so we'll go ahead and go around. Lexi, I'll go with you first, obviously. Go ahead and give us your thoughts on any last thoughts, anything you want to say, score. If this is your first time joining us tonight, the way that we rate our movies, we go 1 through 5. If somebody gets a score of 3, that's not a poo-poo, I promise you.
So I can't believe my score is going to be higher than last week. If you tuned in last week, we went over The Conjuring Last Rites, and y'all know my score. And this movie is higher scoring than it was for The Conjuring Last Rites. I rate this a 4 out of 5. I absolutely enjoyed it for what it was. Like I said, definitely not my vibe in the type of horror that I like. Y'all know me if you've been watching a while. I like the possession, paranormal, true crime type shit. I like the scary shit. So this is definitely not my vibe, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
I got a movie for you. We'll talk later.
I enjoyed playing Magenta. I'm so glad I was a part of this. I called off of work to be here, which thank you, because that saves me from working.
That's saying something right there. That's a dedication to the cause.
Yeah, and I love you. And if you guys follow me on IG, I do a lot of horror makeup. I didn't know I had all this like secret talent of makeup effect. Maybe I missed my calling. Maybe I should move up to Connecticut and make Robbie up and just do his makeup.
Yes.
Because I would.
Yes. I love it.
But the film itself, man, it was really good. I did enjoy the music and the song, and then I caught myself, like Rick said, you just caught yourself bobbing. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I liking this? My favorite.
Am I supposed to be bopping along this?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing. You should have gotten up and danced.
I forget the name of Meatloaf's song, but I love the Hot Patootie song. I loved it. Yeah, and
Hot Patootie, yeah, he kicked ass. But once Meatloaf stood up, I was like, I know we're gonna have a good song now.
Oh yeah. My absolute favorite character besides playing Magenta was absolutely Tim Curry's Frank-n-Furter. He walked into the room and he drew your attention. He was the movie. Like he commanded your attention. He commanded the room. Yes, he commanded the room. He brought the attention. No matter when the scene changed, even in the darkening scenes with going in bed with Janet and going in bed with Brad.
The silhouettes, that was great.
Yeah, the silhouettes, yes. Like the darkening of that, he brought attention. And just his attitude, his jealousy with Rocky, the anger when he pulls the table apart, like fucking loved him. Tim Curry, fucking fantastic. This is by far my favorite movie with Tim Curry. And fun fact, you said, was it Legend or Legends that he's
Legend.
In? Okay, so fun fact, we put that on What's Your Story season 3 coming out soon.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be my first watch. So like you were talking about the trifecta, and I've never seen
Legend, bro.
No.
You're gonna love it.
So
I promise.
I will be seeing it soon because
he's gonna blow your mind, yo.
JR put it on the list.
One of the best movie villains ever, in my opinion. Darkness. Whew.
You can't have.
Now I gotta watch that.
You can't have.
He made me watch the trailer, so I see parts of it. But yeah, again, this film was fantastic. I enjoyed it for what it was, and happy 50th. Kudos to everybody.
All right, Ricky.
Yeah, same as me as well. 4 out of 5. And that's high for a musical, man. Joe knows. Yeah. I just can't get into them, and that's not because they're bad movies. I never said musicals are trash. It's not my type of film that I get into. But this is a good film because, like I had mentioned prior, the actors gave this 1000%. They were in on the joke. They didn't care how they looked, how they came out. They just went in. They loved it. They love being a part of this. You can tell there's a lot of passion behind this. The cinematography, like Robbie had mentioned, is excellent. I was looking for that. I love the transitions. Some transitions in this movie were fucking wild, bonkers. And a lot of people, and that goes over people's heads. But when I love looking for that, and when I see a good transition, I'm like, bam, there you go, there it is. So this movie had cinematography in abundance. The color grading was great, and for a movie that's from fucking 1975. And by the way, I rented this, man. Joe, I don't do that either. You know that. I don't rent shit.
Yeah, I rented it too.
Hold on.
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I think he's saying go.
Oh.
To keep going. All right. Oh. All right. So, Robbie. Your turn.
I mean, just I'm predisposed to give this a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, easy, um, and for many reasons. But you know, it's a film that means a lot to me. It was really, like I said, it was really formative in my life. But it does so many things at once, and it's become uh, really the stuff of legend. It's one of the best movie musicals of all time. It's a landmark piece of LGBTQ history. It's chock full of great music. It's got a cast of actors that are all on the same page and that are all committing 1,000% to the bit, which for any comedy or any kind of pastiche comedy, it's essential that everyone is playing to the hilt and shows no sign of self-consciousness. Tim Curry's a legend, but the entire cast is perfection. There's something about this movie and about the music and about the message that tends to make people who see it a little like walk forward a little bit braver in the world. And I think that's something that there's something embedded in the film and what it's trying to say and what it's communicating through all the tropes and all the absurd comedy and all the rock and roll music. There's something really beautiful about it and something that's very pure and honest. And I think that's what people tend to respond to. So it's just a film that I adore. And, you know, and on top of everything else, it also has all the Halloween vibes you could possibly want. So especially this month, I'll be watching it a couple of times and showing it to my partner who saw it years ago, but didn't really quite process what he was seeing. So we're going to watch it again. And I'm sure it's going to be a blast. But yeah, I adore this film. And yeah, I'm glad that you guys finally got to see it.
I may have to add it to the collection, man.
Oh, it's gonna actually in I think 2 weeks they remastered it. It's only going to be playing in certain theaters, the 50th anniversary, and there's going to be a release of that. I told Adam, I'm like, I have to buy if they're going to remaster this, I definitely got to get it because some of the remastering has been really well. Like Jaws, that remastered Jaws, like honestly, it's kudos. And I was trying to see if I can see the movie, and I think it's in Waterford Lakes, Lexi, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's near me.
I know, that's what I'm telling you.
Wait, the Rocky Picture Horror Show is in
the remastered. They're the 50th release. I got to talk to you about another one because Adam.
Okay, we'll plan it.
Adam doesn't want to see The Stranger, so I got to see if I can get you to go with me. But for me, as I said, like Robbie said,
real quick, I apologize, Joe. Robbie, did you give your score? Or did I miss it?
Said 5.
5 out of 5, okay. 10 out of 10. Whatever the top score is, eclipse it, and that's what I'm giving it.
I just didn't want to skip you. My bad.
It was better than The Conjuring Lost Rights. I'll say that.
Yes.
That's a lot for Lexi to say that, by the way. Especially
I know it hurts my fucking soul.
No, it doesn't actually, because you're talking about good. A classic.
These are classics, though, Lexi. You gotta understand.
I know.
Yeah, this is a classic.
But I'm saying, as a Conjuring fan, it just hurts my soul to say that. But this is way better than The Conjuring Lost Rights.
I mean.
Well, and you know, as Rob was saying, with the themes that they had, ironically, most of the people that I had actually known were straight who showed, you know, like after I seen it in the theater, then I would have other friends. And this is something that, even though with the content, it was mostly straight people who were playing this movie for me. And I wasn't out. And once I came out, then everybody,
how good it is. Yeah.
It is. And then once I came out, everybody's like, do you want to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show? I'm like, sure. Like, so now it's because I'm here. And I'm not going to, you know, after a while, you keep watching it so many times, you start learning the lyrics. But I mean, it's obviously a 5 for me. There's no way that it's, I walked out. You know, I think DeRay had said it earlier in the comments. It's about you being you and living your life. You know, and your awakenings and finding your truths. And it's done in such a way that, again, you don't realize just how actual deep the movie is. And by the way, the scene where Frank is feeding Eddie to everybody. So when he pulls off the tablecloth from the table, the only people that knew that under that table was the corpse of Eddie was Tim, Jim, and O'Brien. So especially when you heard Susan Sarandon screaming, they all reacted to that scene. That's genuinely.
Awesome. Can I add something to that, Joe? What I found funny about that scene was Tim Curry's Frank-n-Furter. He's the one that pulled the tablecloth, revealing the cut up and mangled corpse of fucking poor Eddie. and everyone's disgusted by it. And instead, Frank-n-Furter's first reaction is to slap up Rocky because he was getting friendly with fucking Janet. It's like, it's a little,
He's not.
again,
He's not reading the room.
exactly,
Yeah, no.
Rob. That's what that's what makes Frank-n-Furter so fucking good. Is that and the way he plays it, it's so so subtle. He could have went way over the top and made it too like silly. Fuck, he fucking nailed it.
Listen, when he
I'm
came
low
back,
key liking this hair color, just to be honest.
I dig it. Yeah, I like it.
I do like
me
it
too. Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might actually keep it. I might go professionally.
Yeah, there you go.
when he killed Eddie and the way that he comes, with the fog out of there,
Yeah,
I was like, dude, he just made Frank-n-Furter look ominous. Like it just actually showed you how evil he was. By the way, it was when because Lexi has said it a couple of times. So if you say his name a certain way, it's actually Frank-n-Furter.
Oh,
no, it's not. Stop it.
Yes, Lexi has been pronouncing it that way, and
Yeah,
nobody.
but that's because
I have
no,
because
no,
it's the only way I can remember it.
that's like one of those. I forget what it's called, but if you keep saying the word
double
strongly over and
entendre.
over, you're gonna.
Well,
Yeah,
Frank-n-Furter.
no, stop.
So no, and then when I had brought it to
His
John,
name isn't
and
Frank. If his name was Frank, then maybe
It's
you got something.
it's Frank hyphen N
Oh,
hyphen
maybe all right,
Furter.
maybe you're onto something.
So and I was talking to him, and I'm like, so I'm gonna dress up as Frank-n-Furter.
I just thought it was a hot dog joke,
No, like if you say it, and then Lexi has said it when she said
Well,
it. I've been trying not to laugh because Lexi's gone. Frank-n-Furter.
it's the only way I can remember.
That's
and
why
it's-
when Lexi would talk, I would subtly burst into like a little laugh because she kept saying Frank-n-Furter. I'm like,
But if that's what I'm saying. So the movie is filled with a lot of double entendres. That could actually have been one. I didn't look it up. I wanted to see. Actually, I was gonna see. Probably might have known that one, but when you say the name, it just sounds that way.
hey, real quick, at the beginning when the narrator was telling the story, there was the picture of the first wedding when the movie first starts, and there's a picture of Frank-n-Furter and Riff Raff are both there. Was that
They're there.
they were
yes.
at that wedding?
So
But as like,
yes, he's the minister.
Wow.
Frank-n-Furter is the minister. Well, he wasn't. It was just the like. I don't think they were playing. I don't know if they actually. I don't know. I
see,
don't
that's
know
what I'm
if they were-
confused because he
I don't
was
know if they
there.
were
That was
them.
Riff Raff. He wasn't all
So-
hunched over either.
So yes,
and then at
Riff
the end,
Raff
he
and
was perfectly
Magenta,
fine. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? It's an
Raff-
LSD movie. Like, what the?
But Riff
Did
Raff
we get
and
the answer to
Magenta.
the alien ending?
Nah.
But Riff Raff and Magenta's look was to do American Gothic.
Yeah,
The-
yeah,
the
I get
painting.
that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But so I'm glad you guys noticed that because I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if anyone's peeped that
Oh,
they're
I noticed
right
that
in the beginning.
immediately. Bro.
They're
I was
just
like,
standing there,
hey.
which makes it look like weird because, Frank freaked out thinking that Brad showed up there with a different reason because of Dr. Scott. But then it implies that in the beginning they're at this wedding and it's
Yeah, he
almost
knows
as
them.
if
He was
they,
there.
like
And
if
there was
they,
only like what, maybe 15 people there, 20 max.
Not
And
many
this-
people.
No. Interesting.
all right, hold on.
Joe, I'm sorry. Yeah, you finished.
Oh my
You said
God, wait,
5.
no, I'm just gonna hit the, dude, what is up with some of these comments? Anyway,
Hit him up. Why? What they say?
all right, so Selena says, it is said that this is considered a classic musical.
Oh, Dirty
Oh,
Dancing.
stop. All right.
Oh,
Selena.
Dirty Dancing.
She's still on Dirty Dancing. All right. I get where you're coming from.
All right, we got Gidget,
Yes.
Anticipation.
Patient.
Oh, that was
Oh.
a good. That was
With
great.
Frank and
Tell me that
Furter.
you didn't like lean forward when he does
Yes, you were waiting for
Yeah,
that.
I did.
Frank-n-Furter
We
was
got
great.
Adam. Lexi had to go there, but she's right. Where'd you go?
Lexi's always right.
Oh, no. Mama Rose.
Mama
Okay, I gotta
Rose.
say, Joe looks like Robert Smith from The Cure.
Oh, good shout.
Okay.
Hot.
That's a good shot right
As
there.
soon as I seriously, I read it, but then when I read it out loud and then saw myself on my computer, I go, Jesus fucking Christ, I do.
Damn, Joe, yeah, Joe. Say some
it's-
Cure songs. Though. Come on.
It's better than Frida, so no.
No, hey man, that's your mom. Chill, bro.
I know
You
it's
gotta-
mom.
Come on.
No, I love
bro.
my mom. But,
I know.
You know,
Come on, you
to,
do
you
like
know,
her though.
to say that I look like Robert Smith, I'll kind of take that.
All right, I understand. I would feel the same. All right, man. Let's take
Well,
us
does
home,
it-
man.
Everybody good?
Yep.
All right. So with that, thank you for joining us for this celebration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Obviously, if you joined and obviously if you joined and
Hey, we
watched-
live, pal.
Yeah, we can't edit that one. If you joined and watch, you've seen this movie. If you joined and you never saw this movie, you definitely have
Watch
to
it.
check it out. It's, I mean, even once, you have to be able to say that I saw.
Robbie has something to say.
If you have the opportunity to see not a live show, but like a showing where they're passing out props to use, like with audience participation, go. It is
It's awesome.
the best night you'll ever have.
I never
You
heard of
did,
that
you
until
did it
now.
too?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome, isn't it?
In Sanford,
No.
yeah, at the Avon.
I
They
didn't even
like
know.
there was tons of people. It was great. They gave, I think the tickets were like $30, but
Wait,
you get like a
Stanford,
whole
Florida.
bag.
Oh,
Connecticut, yeah.
Stanford. I
Yep.
know he says. Lexi, did you hear Stanford?
I heard Sanford.
Me too. I'm like, they were in Florida. I didn't know.
That's
about
my
it.
Connecticut lack of enunciation.
That's
Stanford,
well, and like
Connecticut.
Now, hey, listen. To be fair, I heard you say Stanford, Robbie. So
Thank
they're
you.
just
Thank you.
listening to
We're
Stanford
Floridians,
because
sorry.
of
Yeah,
Florida.
well,
No,
no,
no, it's okay.
but yeah, it is honestly like I really
worth it.
I think that a lot of the generation who's discovering horror, and that horror has many facets, different types of movies. This is on there. I mean, yes, you hear it's musical and you don't want to consider it. It's horror. You like people die, like there's stuff going on. So wait, somebody had
genres, man.
oh,
It's
somebody
not
had a
always
question about the
bloody
alien
guts.
thing. What was it? What was it?
Yeah.
No,
me
no
and
question. Just the ending. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, I know
Well,
there
so,
were like, the
alright.
mutiny. Like,
No, so okay, so what had happened was that Magenta and Riff Raff realized that Frank-n-Furter, and I think it was Robbie who said it, Frank-n-Furter was actually hurting people.
Yeah.
Like they all felt that your mission, you took it the wrong way. You actually ended up hurting everyone, including us. And we were here to help you. And so for them, yes, they were heading back home. Fucking who knew that Frankenstein's castle was a fucking rocket ship? But but that's
Why
so
not?
that-
but what I'm saying is, Riff Raff wasn't really all fucking fucked up like that. He just became a normal guy. He was made to look
It
like
was-
a
there were
hunchback.
there were
of Notre
remember
Dame.
they're aliens who are in Earth right now. So
Yeah.
that was the roles that they were playing. So yes, that was all pretense.
Yeah, they're
This-
playing
that-
the maid and the butler, like two archetypes.
Igor,
Yeah.
Igor, and the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you
Oh,
combine two, it's a combination of two movies. But he's Igor.
Okay. It's just
he-
weird
that's-
because the movie never really fucking wig. Jesus Christ. I don't. Anyway.
Listen,
hold on,
I've
can you
been
hear
want-
my
I've
fan
been-
by
I've-
the way? I got my fan on.
No, I've
Alright,
been wanting to
so
do
it's
stuff, but
blowing my hair and my fucking eyes.
I've been wanting to go like this, but I'm like, I'm gonna smear my makeup.
Alright, yeah, take
and-
us home,
and
man.
look at-
I'm dying over here. I gotta
All right,
take this
but yes,
shit off.
thank you for joining us. Robbie,
100 degrees in this
Lexi,
room.
thanks for dressing up. Ricky, I'm glad
I
you
got
made
you,
it.
brother. Of
I'm glad you
course.
made it. I really,
Got you.
JR, listen, I gave both you guys the out. I knew that when I put this on the list for us to do, it was a little bit of a self part.
So I was
but
even
it was also just to remind everybody that this movie is part of horror. This is part of something that you should watch.
history.
and-
history.
Ricky, you got the homework assignment, you watched it, and you showed up. So see, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
You were gonna
that's
say
right.
something.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good.
But yeah, so with that, next week, make sure to join us because we're going to be doing him. All you football people did.
hold on. We ain't doing him. Hold on.
We are doing
Rewind
him.
that. Okay, it's a joke.
Oh, oh, God damn it. So we're not doing them like Brad, but that was, I would say that was because I had forgotten.
That shit. Oh
I
my,
literally
that
forgot that
scene.
scene.
I'm sorry.
forgot
That scene.
that
That's my favorite
scene.
scene in the movie. That whole.
Dude, when we were watching it today, I'm like,
He was like, "Don't
wait,
tell Chad.
what?
Don't tell Brad."
Yeah, well, no, when Brad,
Master,
when Brad,
he's a master seducer, man.
when
sorry.
Brad, when you know, Frank-n-Furter got Brad, I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot about that one scene in
But
here.
he even changed his voice like that. How do you do that? Is he an alien like that? Like he has
He is
powers?
an alien.
But
He is an alien.
yeah, that shit was like some
He's an
Scooby-
alien of unknowable powers.
That's some Scooby Doo
Exactly.
shit. I fucking love it. All right.
Well,
man,
and
sorry.
it's all right. The last thing I'm going to say is that I thought of you when Dr. Scott was being dragged, and then you saw the one scene going
the
up the
rival
stairs,
scientists.
and you see the part on the rug.
Yeah.
Wait, did you notice that or no?
What?
When the doctor was being pulled by the magnet,
Right. Yeah.
when he goes up the, Damn it.
He spilled his beer. Oh no.
No. It's just
Oh.
it's covered. But when he goes up the stairs, you can see on the stairs the rug was cut where the cord was pulling him because he was being pulled.
Oh,
You guys didn't see that?
I didn't notice that.
Yes. If Rick, I knew that. I was gonna say Rick was gonna go. Oh no, that would look
No,
pretty good. But
I don't mind flubs in movies like that. No.
Yes, you can see when he's going up. That you can
happens,
see that
it
the rug is parted where obviously the.
Not
cord
if
is
the
coming up.
entire film is like Plan 9 from outer space, what is it? Flub. That's different, but
No.
every once in a while, it is what it is.
But
That
yeah,
reminded
so-
me of Gremlins with the old lady gets shoved up the fucking
Me
stairs.
too. Actually, when the scene started playing out, I'm like, I wonder if
By the way,
Chris Columbus
but
got this from
before
this
we
movie.
go, Frank-n-Furter has so many odd like devices and contraptions in his fucking castle. When he pulled out the Medusa thing that turns people to stone, and they cut so many quarters to not use special effects in this movie too. I love it. You gotta appreciate
Oh,
it. I love
listen,
shit like that.
It's funny when you said that because when Riff Raff was shooting the rays, I go, oh no,
Riff
Rick
Raff.
might say something about the rays that are
No,
being
all
shot
right,
now.
all right.
But
All
I
right,
do
you're right.
hope that he realizes.
I don't like shit like that in movies. You know that, Joe.
but
no,
because
but
of
for
the,
this movie's so
It
out
fitted.
there. It fits.
It's steeped in like 50s and 60s like bad cinema.
yes.
It fits. So it works. It works for this movie.
So join us next week because we're going to be doing him. And with that, Ricky.
That being said, thank you, Robbie Horror. Thank you, Lexi the Fourth Corner, Joe the Psychologist. Stay good, stay healthy, be kind to one another, but most of all, watch horror movies. Stay scared. See you on the next one.
And do the time warp.
And oh, by the way, Joe, I didn't cut you out on purpose. I ran out of time. With that being said, I feel so much
I
better.
safety
Jesus
pin this
Christ.
shit to my hair.
So
Thank-
What?
You gotta do what you gotta do.